5 guys after this. Oh, wait, never mind. It's close. But look, this one could be as delectable as a burger. You never know.
Oh, the Cajun fries are good too, actually. Time for the Counter-Strike to get involved. I'm seeing a double molly pickup for the T-Pistol. What on earth does that indicate? Theorycraft with me, Chad. Where are you sending 2 Molotovs?
Usually you want to see an inner play come out here and one of the Molotovs saved for the post-plant scenario, and that appears to be what is going on down. Flusher will be the one investing in the utility on the CT side of things. Diffuse Kit and HE for his name, but barreling like a train. They're going fast in, and that nade's going to land, dunking on 4.
Hard shot to hit and done all the same. Olof has already caught the rotate early and now we'll be able to get as much as is controlled. There's a smoke on top of that, really going to be slowing them down, strangling Fnatic CT Pistol. 2 locked behind the smoke. JW has managed to crawl out, but how much can he really contest? Brokey's got the back covered. Cold with the Molotov, as you predicted, for that after plant, and he's going to be playing a game of survival. That's not a fight he wants to take. He has got the information, though, and Olof will be eliminated. Brokey to trade, and oh, Brollan. 2 bullets, 2 kills, now closing the gap. Where's the kit? There is not one present currently, and plucked out of the air, Nico onto Brollan. Stops his spree. A second as well for Nico as he's lining them up and knocking them down to J-Dubs, and Cold Zera, no worries, he'll throw the molly. And that is the round. He'll be backing away from that one. Kit did get picked up, but not quite in the nick of time, and he will not be playing survival. Instead, all 10 bodies dropped at the end of round 1.
I'm surprised Cold Zero didn't peek from upper ramp there while Nico was in that duel for a little bit longer there, but playing it safe, making sure they definitely won the round. You don't want any miracles coming out with a crazy flick to the head. I think as we talk through some of these problems in a live environment that may crop on up now, Alex, because of the update we'll see. Now, obviously, ladies and gentlemen, what we just covered will not be in play right now. We will be using the update prior to the bomb that Valve just dropped on us. Will be things like, if it's only 1,800 for the Galil now, and you get a plant on pistol, you're definitely going to be able to buy Galils across the board. Even less chance of ecos. So what we're going to be seeing is the potential for a lot of gun rounds coming through, or even more. Yeah, $1,800 for the second in-command rifle. That's not bad at all. Still, combat going to be found towards Ivy. Brokey and Nico going to be putting in all the necessary bullets. Just Flusher and Brollan with that scrapped together buy. Now down to just MP9 for Brollan. Hoping to catch a timing as the smoke fades. Brokey still cognizant that there could very well be a presence on the other side of it. And will be finished off nicely. Brokey 3 in that round, trying to get the rifle in his teammates' hands. And so, we're off to a flying start. 2 rounds in to our final map. FaZe Clan cleaning up what was a force. I want to get myself comfortable for this one. Strap in. Yeah, it could be a bit of a slog. Yeah. This is where we really get to see, though, how much work was able to be done with Kriaz in a short period of time, right? The CT side of a map like Train. Rotations are plenty, so we know that he's been plugged and played into Crims's positions. We'll have to wait and see how this one unravels. JW up close, he will surely be cleared by Brokey in the back 10. $600 in the bank, and not necessarily stopping there. So, look, this one's just going to be a bit of a mob. I theorized when we saw the change come out with the loss bonus, so that after you lose pistol, you get 1,900 instead of 1,400 as a loss bonus. If you're on the T side, for example, and you full eco on pistol, and you rush inside on Train, get the plant. You're probably likely to still get the plant. So you all just had 800 in your bank balance. You rushed inside, you get the plant, so you get an extra 800. Yeah. Plus the 1,900 for losing the round. You're on 2,600. Maths, 27. More than that. Oh, because the second round loss bonus plus an extra 800 for everyone. Yeah. Plus so the 800 you have enough. Initially, you have enough to get everybody on Galils with head armor. Damn. But that would mean it would have to be map dependent. It's obviously not something that you'd see go down on all the maps. But I'm trying to think of another map where you can nuke. You could maybe like try and vent dive with the smoke. One person makes a sacrifice. Or maybe a B rush on Dust 2, for example. There's a couple of options for it, but it's not something that we've seen anybody really go for. It's going to be an inside pounce. Good time on that molly. That is perfect.
burning the toes of Cold and Olof on the advance, but flusha, he is going to be pressured and finished off. That was not quite the end of it, though. Nico charging forward into gold, and now the bomb goes down and things will settle into a retake. JW relocating. Kriaz and Brolin. Oh, that's a good tag. Finish off with the USP. No way! Down to 1 even before he falls. Nico made of some strong stuff, puts Kriaz, though, into 1 versus 3. Admittedly, they're tagged, but almost impossible. Olof caught off guard, and he can't quite finish it. That's going to hurt, finally. Finds the necessary bullets, Kit within his grasp as well. Cold low. If he finds the fight on Oil, he had a shot, but Brave. And it pays off. coldzera will find the necessary frag to take another round in favor of FaZe.
Looking good early. Can't be too rattled after that Inferno match. I know that there is the whole stand-in factor coming in here, but we caught that one, did we, Rush? We had to show Kriaz missing the Molotov, did we? We got to let the rookies. We got to let the rookies off easy. Oh, we've gone into the abyss there. Basically, like my mental state.
So Valve have really had quite the day today. They've also announced a new Half-Life game.
Yeah, and not Half-Life 3.
Of course not. It's Half-Life Alyx.
On the VR headset, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be quite the curious one. So they've actually been working over there when we all think they're just kind of sitting
twiddling their thumbs.
Yeah. We'll see some pistols upgraded in here from Fnatic. Nothing too crazy. They've got one individual towards inside, and that's flusha, who's been chunked on down to 9 points of health. Meanwhile, probing over towards Ivy, we have 3 members of FaZe clan with the bomb in hand. Just seeing if anyone's pushing across the map. They don't have eyes on main, but looks like right now Olafmeister is edging his way back on over to make sure no one has pushed that area of the map. And it's not too much Fnatic will be able to do here if FaZe continue this slow approach and just taking duels with a buddy. If they do an execute and they run on in, that's when these pistols can really make the most of it. But it is Deagle, so not hugely spammable.
It's all about that precision. And Kriaz did get flashed in for a peek up the ramp. Cold will be piecing this puzzle together again. The gap in the smoke is exploited by Brolin CZ. Kriaz close quarters. Oh my god, it could have got even worse. Brokey does seem to be a part of the stabilization procedure because it's now just all onto flusha. He only had 9 HP and so did Cold, but he lives on to fight another day, and so do FaZe with a 5-round run on our final map here. Burning the midnight oil to finish themselves off with a quick start on the T side of train. I mean, the more rounds they accrue here, the more awkward their opponent's attack will be. Here I am stating the obvious, but especially when they're operating with a stand-in, trying to coordinate without all of the unspoken team play and synergy that you've got established with Crims, it will be an additional challenge for Fnatic. Nice catch, though. Speaking of, it's Kriaz with only 1. As Nico will migrate. Ooh, Brolin willing to take that fight, and Olof shut down and punished for it. And another one. Rain presents his head to Brolin, who's doing it all now for Fnatic, all onto Brokey. Frags across the map. Warning shots do actually connect into JW. What's Brokey's plan, though?
Caught one of his own, I guess. Have to look right here at the money situation right now for FaZe. Nico's the only one with not enough in the bank to really be considered too much of a threat, but his teammates will all be able to drop him guns over. So the mission right now for Brokey, if he chooses to accept it, is to get as many kills. Not win the round. If he does, that'd be quite nice, but if he can take these weapons out of the hands of Fnatic, continue to put their money in the bin and keep it there, he'll be making Yanko a very happy coach. But spamming away, low on HP, will give away his position now, not going to get a chance to finish off Golden, and Brolin will finish his 3rd for the round. And as you noticed there, if you looked at the radar, Fnatic just kind of combed forward as FaZe tried to make their way out of main. No real presence on Ivy, so they could just have all of their attention towards the Pop Dog and main positions. And this is the early skirmish, the early trade. Nico avenges his newest teammate of coldzera.
It was so satisfying just seeing him go back up the ladder with his scavenged immediately after the frag. It's a beautiful game when it's played well. Counter-Strike Global Offensive. It's going to be an even more beautiful game now with all these sexy new models.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Can't wait to go at home and have a go.
Just to note here, the
in
double
5 weeks' time.
Yeah, it's all right. Just don't think about it. JW not being able to strike that shot successfully, and he's going to get tagged on down to 26 points of health, but it doesn't seem like it'll stop JW. Probably going to continue to move across the map, might even get a little bit more aggressive, who knows. But it is both AWPers posted up towards the inner side. Flusher over towards connected, JW repositioning over towards high ramp, which means that if they do decide they want to hit the inner bomb site, they've gone the deep molly here. This is going to isolate Brolin in the pop dog. I don't think that landed perfectly, because the idea is to scare the individual away. Brolin has actually pushed on forward, and Kriaz will join him. Here comes the inside execute.
Let's see how they handle it. JW using that smoke to take an aggressive look towards the bomb site. I love it, and that's Rain gone. Now he dips out and has the support of Flusher as well. It's double AWPs. If that bomb goes down, the retake gets awkward, but Brolin on a signature flank. He's been doing this all game long. Doesn't matter the map, he finds a gap. And now a double kill from him does seal the deal. All on to Brokey. Bombs on B.
They have to know he's coming because Brolin's covered the back line. So at this point, Brokey, he's going to be being watched all across the map.
Look at the X-ray. They're all staring at CT spawn. Now, Golden cognizant that there is a connector gap as well. 15 seconds. This is going to suck for Brokey. I think he realizes he's better off just keeping hold of his weapon. I've got a question for you, Chad.
Indeed.
Why was the skeleton not at the party?
Why?
Because he had no body to go with.
That's a shame. We might have to get him some friends.
I wonder who skeletons could be best mates with in this fictional universe we're creating. Probably you, actually. You guys probably get along.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you both got a bone to pick. And that's enough from the dad joke militia.
Well, we could get a few more.
You've dropped a couple of them this today.
Yeah, I do enjoy a good dad joke.
Do you know, I saw like an unnecessarily scientific analysis as to why dad jokes exist. And the theory is that, you know, when you're a parent, you can't make your usual kind of humor jokes, right?
It's just quite vulgar.
Yeah, exactly, or too advanced. And so you have to kind of make a joke so bad they laugh at how bad it is, because it has to be understandable, easily digested, and you have to make a fool of yourself just because it's safer than teaching your kids the wrong lessons.
That's good, because being bullied in high school and doing self-deprecating bullying,
yeah,
I was going to say, kind of helps with that, right?
Oh, yeah. They can't hold it against you if you raise it up first.
Exactly. And right now, the Krieg, or one of them, Brolin's hands, is being used against FaZe. So let's see how much success he finds with that, as JW will get taken down over towards this Ivy position, being very agile with that AWP. Different position for him in almost every round thus far.
Leaving the bomb at spawn, but with a very heavy presence in Ivy. That's going to force Brolin to neglect main.
So they walked out, and now they've dipped on back. So Fnatic haven't really lost any map territory at this point, and Golden's going to double-check that with the flashbang. Another smoke will now land.
They're drawing a lot of utility. I can't say a lot of attention, though, because Brolin will leave it all to Golden now, despite being locked out at the back of that smoke. And so FaZe, after drawing all of their attention and in resources towards one side of the map, instead, it seems they want to finish on the other. Cold playing the waiting game. And this is going to be the third smoke that FaZe utilized towards Ivy. Golden's already completely solved this riddle, though. He's rotated into the inner side. Yeah, Brolin's there as well. The FaZe, thinking that presence would be enough to sell it. Fnatic, they're not picking up. They're not interested. And here comes the push. Brolin, he will be flashed, and a warning shot's all he can muster. They'll have to play around the smoke. He drops, and already Golden has been dropped. Bomb will go in. The Molotov a little too late from Flusher. The nade, however, will perhaps catch a little bit of damage, and only just a little. A scratch onto the cheek of Rain. Kriaz, however, on the flank does find Nico. Now the numbers are level once again, but the numbers on the clock ticking away in favor of FaZe Clan. Looking for their sixth here on the T side. Brolin onto Olof. Now Rain, he has to win this duel and do it so cleanly. Brokey, late arrival from Connector, punishes Brolin, and so now all onto Kriaz. The stand-in, he's giving it a go, but Rain playing a fantastic game. Double kill for him alongside Brokey to find another round on the T side.
Yeah, it did get dicey there. As you mentioned, the in-game leader of Fnatic had booked that call. Read them perfectly in that kind of scenario, but they did the pounce. You know, they didn't do the set piece with all the Molotov smokes and flashes. It was kind of We'll throw the flash, we'll throw 1 or 2 simple smokes, and then we want to actually take the duels, and then hitting those opening shots alleviated some of the pressure and has put that back onto Fnatic, who have had to go for a little bit of a mixed buy. Yanko chipping in with some form of advice here. It will be a tactical timeout from that side of things. Interested to see what type of a call they want to go for here, because when we saw earlier them try and make their way down Pop and Main early, they got shut on out. When they went for the full set piece towards the inner bomb site, Fnatic were ready and raring for that one with a double orb. And FaZe found success with Ivy. Let's see if they change up the pace once again right now. The buy for Fnatic here, Alex, I think it's going to be a little bit scrappy. We're going to have an MP9 for Flusher. Golden will have a Famus, which, hey, very soon might be very popular. So we'll have to wait and see. And JW glass cannoning. So let's see where this madman wants to go. It wouldn't be impossible to see him get into Pop Dog with the AWP.
Oh, I do love how fast he's taken that angle towards Main, off the top of the train. Rain spraying. Nice work from Nico, though. Draws blood early towards E-Box. JW, some close quarters orbing. It's where he operates best, only the first. coldzera cleaning up. Golden and Flusher from either side of the bomb train now throws Kriaz into a bit of a sticky situation. coldzera bravely planting with just 1 point of health to keep his heart beating. That should be... Ooh, no, it's not even enough. Completely unscathed. Cold preserves and perseveres. That's a bomb plan and the round go in the way of FaZe Clan.
And that should be forcing Fnatic to take a save right now. I think they would be very brave if they wanted to force into this next one. So this should be an opportunity for that on FaZe Clan to get on up to 8 rounds. We'll see the buy coming through any second now. There we go. So Golden's got a scout. Brolin's got a bit of Kevlar, CZ, and a smoke. That's the real danger items, as well as the Deagles, who on a map like Train, if you're precise, get you a couple of 1-digs, make life a little bit easier for your team. Brokey's been the man tasked with IV time and time again. Gets to do a little bit of lurking on this map, so lots of roles to discover for Mr. Brokey, that's for sure.
Yeah, a whole lot of fun for him, I'm sure. Nice trade, Golden. Dynamic with the scout, though, already. As we switch to his POV, he's half gone, heading back towards the inner site. Flusher about to be tested as they actually go for an upper execute, and Golden's already arrived. Exactly when he needed to be there. Now the molly will make things a little difficult. Forced to back away, they can't be flanked again. It's twice now we've seen FaZe punished. First Brolin, then Kriaz, and now JW. Oh, not quite. Shooting opponents into the back of the head, always a tall task. And Brolin's done it. Another flank and another successful one. A double kill. Pre-firing Nico through the wood, puts it all onto Cold. He has the weapon, he has the time, and he has the positioning. Brolin, it's all stacked against him. He does have a smoke if he wanted to play around it, but I think he's got a good idea of where Cold is. Cleans it up, though. And the Brazilian finds himself his 12th frag and an 8th for FaZe Clan here.
Yeah, these rounds are never easy anymore with how professional the individuals are with almost every single gun. Doesn't matter how much you invest. It seems to be always a close round there, but oof, the skin of his teeth. coldzera gets FaZe through another one, sitting at 12-3 as far as his KD or kill death ratio is looking right now. So 2 back-to-back important rounds from the Brazilian. And now the double ops will come out again from Fnatic. This time it won't be Flusher with JW, it will be Golden and JW. And JW has only the glass cannon once more, but out mid quickly. Brolin's going to find one, eventually traded by Olof. And now let's see if this one slows down a bit.
Let's see if Olof goes to Olof. You know you've made it in Counter-Strike when they start making call-outs.
Nico's been spotted.
Nico has definitely been spotted and he will be hunted down. There were 3 members focusing their attention towards him, and now actually the smoke was perfect to enable Kriaz to get back out of dodge. Not an impossible task for FaZe by any stretch of the imagination. Once that smoke clears, they're going to keep Olof posted up and have Cold, who's already taking quite the active angle. He can give the information that there's nothing close for Olof to be concerned about. And Cold walks straight into goal. Just 2 remain now. Olof. Oh, he can't even get out safely. Will already have a bullet thrown into his boots. Down to 23, and now it's all on him. Finished off nicely by the double AWP duo. 3 frags in total from them. So another round of play. I think if I was a professional player, I'd get tired of the fist bumps. I think I'd be like...
Yeah, but it's kind of like tennis players, you know? Like they always do it even after they lose a point.
Yeah.
I think it's what you just want to keep it up as you're connected to other people, right? This is a team game.
We're doing this, we can do this.
Yeah, you don't want to get in your own head or let your own thoughts get to that. And I think the consistency of the fist bumping...
It pulls you out of the game a bit?
Well, yeah, and reminds you what you're actually playing for or who you're playing with, you know? That could be one of the key reasons. But those are the routines that you want to get into and make sure you're doing it round after round. And it's not... It needs to become second nature, those kind of facets of the game, I suppose.
Interesting. Just the pistol round now for FaZe Clan. They're being conservative, looking to buy into round 13. A bomb plant certainly would be quite the treat. At the moment, it's heading towards the Ivy party. Rain trying to keep the CTs on the inner side. Only 2 dedicated to it now, and Brolin consistently finding beneficial angles. Kriaz, however, stopping the flank and keeping things relatively level, actually, with just the pistols. That's an AWP now for Olof. Things could spiral. Admittedly, Cold very under-equipped here, an unarmored clock. It is a long road for him to go towards Ivy, where the loose AK stands. And, oh, Flusher. Profiting from the unarmored Olof will finish things off. Maintain the double AWPs to keep their finances in check, and that's going to be around 13 in favor of Fnatic, 8-4. Now, let's not forget, this is Train we're talking about here. The fact that FaZe have managed to gather 8 rounds already is very promising sign once they get into that second side.
Yeah, look, this is the kind of map where we're talking about 10-5 halves, maybe even 11-4s once upon a time. Obviously, with the Krieg in play, it allows people to make more audacious picks and plays coming out of that team main, but that isn't what FaZe Clan have been doing. They've kind of just been rinsing and repeating the older meta or flow of this map. Target inside, force them to start playing 2 players there, and then you can bully other regions of the map like Ivy. And well, JW keeps getting bullied by these flames. Once again, he'll be tickled on down by the Molotov. FaZe really want to head towards inner, and that's a W from JW.
That's beautiful. Double in the name, double in the game. 4-3. And the flank is so consistent. Kriaz, he's definitely been given some liberties. This time, not quite going to pay off. Rain not falling for the same trick twice, and Olof taking some long-range fights. Only the first. Brolin in quick response and loud as well with the AUG. All onto Rain with very little health. They know exactly where he is. He's making no secret of that, and so contesting here is going to be a real mission.
Oh, he has to use this low ramp smoke to his advantage and push on forward here. This could be everything.
Brolin's just going to stare at it, though. And he can do that. Oh! But Rain gets the frag. He's going to try and call the bluff. No, it's Golden, and he still has the time. That's going to be the 5th for Fnatic. A valiant attempt from Rain. The fact that he avoided Golden's speculative shots,
yeah.
I thought he had it. He had a shot. Brolin was in the right spot. Great shot, but nice stabilization. Fnatic again, a must-win round if you really think about it and break it down.
Yeah, only, you know, a couple more seconds there. If Rain had made that kill a little bit later and Golden was still off the bomb, that could have been his round, but not knowing if the defuse was being sat, not knowing if there was a kit in play, had to react, and this is that double from JW to kick things off in these AUGs. I like to see this getting picked on up by the CTs. As we've spoken about, it has the same firing rate now as what we get to see with the M4. It used to be the same as the AK, it used to be the same as the as what the Krieg was, 666. It's now the same as the AK and the M4A1S, which is 600.
600.
So it fires a little bit slower, but it feels when you shoot it very, very slow. And I think, you know, that's probably a practice thing, as well as probably the audio being a little bit of a different sound.
Oh, yeah. I mean, your game developers, they know so much more than we do in terms of how things work. I remember falling into that trap before in a different game, where simply changing the model, the sound effects, people just fall into this placebo, like, oh, it's so much better now. Actually, well, the stats haven't changed at all.
Yeah.
The feel, though, is a very big part of game design.
We're not zeros and ones. No. You know, we like to feel
fleshy vessels. That's all we are. Round 14, though.
So Nico only has a deagle here. If this is an 8-7 half, I think Fnatic will be very happy with that, considering the hole that they started in. And JW, again, surprising, or unsurprisingly at this point in time, wants to get aggressive, but this is going to be that pounce towards inside. The flash is going to come through, and they're all going to hop down the low ramp. Flushes Molotov perfectly timed to stop this one, and now have a look at what that means for FaZe. They have no utility to reinitiate here. They just have to go dry. They just have to jump and hope for the peaks, and that's what they'll do. Nico gets tagged on up, but he'll hit an astonishing deagle shot towards high ramp, and Olaf will get one of his own. That means inside, it's open. Maybe Fnatic have to save.
It might be the only option they have. The site's completely gone. They've got the flank deeply covered. coldzera with the UMP hanging around the top of Pop, and yeah, they're just going to opt for the save. F12, they press it. Look to save into the next. This will be the 9th, though, for FaZe. And a 10-5 half certainly sounds a whole lot better for FaZe fans than the 8-7 that Chad was playing with.
Gone.
But not the chances for Fnatic. One more bite of the cherry on the CT side. You have.
Here we go.
Oh, here it comes.
Boop.
Bang. God, that's the most satisfying weapon in Counter-Strike, man.
Yeah, look, you missed the days, but back in 1.6, no matter what gun you got a headshot with, it looked sick. Like the body would fly back. It was great. Yeah. But now, yeah, the deagle definitely gives you that. You get the satisfaction and the USP on pistol rounds. They give you that satisfaction. That's for sure.
I can't get no.
No. All right, this time it'll just be the single AWP. Won't see that double come out again. It was successful for them earlier, but JW will find the opening. And he'll even get away with his life here.
Very brazen. Olaf's actually playing ahead of this. He has gobbled up the smoke, and oh, hello! Another frag for J-Dubs. The full flashed Olaf just doing the dance. JW, the same. And he's continuing his advance. Such a fly in the ointment. Looking good for the 9-6 scoreline on the half of the final map here of the final game for us here at the European Pro League.
But look at what position he's taken as an AWPer right now.
Yes.
This is the JW that we talk about, right? This is the guy who makes the counterintuitive play work. He goes outside the box. He doesn't even have a box. He doesn't even know what boxes look like.
Now, they know that there was an AWP holding Ivy. They are not going to expect this.
There's no way that you clear this.
And he gets the frag. JW surely not surviving while Golden in tow makes it so. Oof, precise from Cold, and he's on for a second. Can't quite tap onto the head of Brolin. And so 9-6 on the half. JW single-handedly securing the 6th there. And I think I can say that with conviction. We are going to be taking a very brief break, though, and we'll be right back to talk all about the final half of play.
No pulse and all alone. Time's not kind and it won't let go. No thoughts left in my head. My mind's not mine and it won't forget. But you bring me back from my darkness black. Cause the soul in me and the heart I have for you. It bleeds for you, it bleeds again. Oh, you bring
safe only, even though we burn from the light.
Cause you bring me back, not a heart attack could take away all the love I had for you. It bleeds for you, it bleeds again. Oh, you bring me to life. Oh, you bring me to life. Oh, you bring me to life.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for some more Counter-Strike, a final half of play between FaZe and Fnatic. Already a spectacular T-start, got FaZe locked and loaded and poised to convert into the high seed into the Odin's finals from Group B. That's what they're battling for, and I'm Machine, joined by Chad Sponge Birchall. I'm going to do an angry tweet, so I'll let you take the first round.
All right, you enjoy that. We didn't touch on too much of Brolin's success. There is 18 kills to his name, leading the server right now, and well, we're going to get this one underway very, very swiftly here. Once again, we will recount the utility that is being purchased on in. And Flusha has a Molotov and 2 flashbangs. Brokey with a defuse kit and a smoke to his name. It'll be a 3-man inner sight stack going on for FaZe Clan, while Nico and coldzera are tasked with holding the outer sight. The bomb with the pack towards inside. They want to get some contact on Ivy first with JW, who's going to peek on out, and coldzera will finish him off ice cold. Here comes its attack towards inside. Flash will come on over, and that Molotov is still in play, but will they expect Rain behind the coils? He could be the man to get this one done now. 2 have been called. The bomb will be dropped, and the push continues forward here from Fnatic. Rain stuck where Flatbed used to be, and he's going to get swarmed from 3 different angles. And now Nico and coldzera, the 2 who were holding the outer yard, have to retake 2 versus 3. Nico's isolated 1 towards the box holes, but every second that Flusha delays is going to make life more and more difficult. They have to find Brokey's scattered kit. Nico will get 1. That might open the door for Cold to push on forward. They have to get a move on. They have to get a wriggle on. Oof. Never mind. And now it's just Kriaz, the stand-in, the youngster.
He's got a shot at this. Time's on his side. Nico will have to touch that bomb and force Kriaz into the fight. Another for Nico. And time for the defuse. 3 in the round. 17 in total. And now double digits will be acquired by FaZe Clan.
So close. It looked very, very good for the setup they had towards the inner sight, but they were unable to get the advantage right there. So it's up to this duo on the pistol rounds who seem to be able to convert these time and time again to win an unlikely round. We might get a highlight of that Nico 1-tap onto Flusha there as he started to barrel on down the low ramp, but this is where it all started. coldzera stopping JW in his tracks, and in this kill right here, that's the important one. Flusha not even getting a chance to react as he tried to jiggle peek around the box. We're going to get the guns out for Fnatic. As you can see here, they did get the plant, so they will go for the force buy. Brolin on the SG. Scout in the hands of JW, Galil for Golden. They've been able to make these rounds work before.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And a cursory glance, I can't help but favour Fnatic's buy. Aggressive nade from Flusha. Brolin really is going to be the ace up their sleeve. Fully equipped with his signature rifle, but presented. Nice off angle from Nico, does take it out of his hands. Kriaz now working with it. They still have the Kevlar in support. Flusha still dancing with Rain above Pop. However, outside sight has been taken, and now Brokey considers a push up. Flush is being kept busy, and oh, he gets the timing. Such a nuisance to play against this man, and he's not done yet. Still with the CZ, even with the SMG on his back, he makes it work, and now they're off to the inner sight. Oh, and a tag as well from JW. Fnatic are making this one look so difficult for FaZe. A great shot from Olof, though, just as Golden was about to punch in the digits. Cold. Only 6 HP, but by using this smoke, he could for once get the surprise on Flusha. He's been playing this game so damn well, and he does manage to pull it off into the 1v1. Cold, no health, surely no hope. JW trying to bait and switch. 20 seconds. The pressure is on J-Dubs, but I can't help but feel cold. With just 6 HP, going for a 1 versus 2, it should just be too much to ask, and JW deals with it. Great read, and we'll seal an important second round response for Fnatic.
Well, we did say we've seen them win them, and they continue to do so, or maybe FaZe losing them. It has been strugglesome for them on some of these 4 spies.
You have to give credit to Flusher for that one, in my mind. I mean, this is Kriaz, of course, getting the trade and picking up that, but the fact that he times Rain after being such a consistent presence, oh, he did so much for them. And so we're into round 18, and it will be just the Deagles for the CTs into this one. Fnatic going to be able to close that gap to start off our second half of our final map.
Deeper smokes this time round. They still have their E-box, but looks like they've gone... oh, the 5-lane smoke missed. That's why there's a bit of a gap on one side of that. Rain's going to pester with these Deagles, seeing if he can catch the head of one of these Krieg players of Brolin or Kriaz in main. JW towards Ivy, continuing to set the tone. Will be an outside hit, Alex.
I do like watching Fnatic players play. There is just some sort of swagger into the way in which they maneuver around. When they have an advantage, they act with it every single time.
This will be a quick one. Brokey shouldn't be alive for too long unless he wants to save the Deagle. There's not too much for him to really play for right now. And there it is. Now I think the question becomes, how many more rounds can Fnatic get?
I mean, that is a question I think Fnatic are probably asking themselves. Top tier analysis from us here, as we are still locking horns. A full eco after the Deagle buy as well from FaZe Clan means that this should be an almost completely sealed lead. Flusher's just going to go charging out with his Mac 10. He has the support of JW coming in from, I believe he's been left to his own devices on B. And then with the stack, he's going to get all this information for free. He's going, well, nothing here.
It's clear.
And the dankest of flanks going to be coming in. In fact, that hasn't dissuaded Fnatic. They're just going to set up and look for these fights. They know there's a stack somewhere, and Flusher's going to go investigate.
They're still going out.
Yeah, they want to find him. Looking for those easy Mac 10 frags, and exactly what he gets, at least into the first. His teammates will do the rest. And that was a very powerful scouting mission from J-Dubs.
All right, well, this is where we get to the business, the real deal.
The meat and the potatoes.
I feel like I won't be able to say that for too much longer, because every round is already pretty much a gun round. Now with the Galil and the Famas being cheaper in future games, even more rounds will be gun rounds.
Yeah, how does that make you feel?
Sad. They're taking the one identifying factor of Counter-Strike away, the economy system, and just turning it into... well, you're going to have money all the time, so it doesn't really matter what you buy.
Yeah, and I can understand that stance as well, given just how beautifully unique the economy system of Counter-Strike made it. Added the nuance and the depth that gave the game such appeal.
Yeah, well...
But I also understand the idea of not wanting to have games lost on impossible odds. You know, there were situations in the previous economy that were just almost unfair.
Yeah, and I don't want us to return to that, but the more viable they make every single gun, and the more money that they give everybody, you're adjusting both things. You're not just adjusting one of the two. As FaZe Clan will get control of main here, which is going to force Fnatic to do one of two things. Hang around as there's still a minute left on the clock, and they can wait out these smokes. There's no real rush. The CTs will eventually have to drop on back. And they will actually be throwing nades over, so if they don't actually put any presence towards main here, that could just be utility that's gone to waste.
And these two saved Mac 10s could shred all of this absent helmets from 4 members of the FaZe side. Brokey's going to be sticking around. He throws a smoke to play around, and now with coldzera catching the lurk, they start to stack. There is an opportunity. Brolin's made sure of that as he finds his 25th frag here. On the cross, the flash enables him to get that bomb down. Golden will be in support. And a 2v4, but I can't help but feel that Fnatic have got a real shot at this. That was an opportunity that doesn't quite work out. Now responsible for the flank, Brolin, he is switched on and finds Rain on the way round. He's looking for a 1 versus 4 now. This would be an ace clutch from Brolin. 26 frags, sure, but he's looking for one more. Another frag, this time coldzera added to the tally. Looking to defuse, though, is Olaf halfway gone. Brolin needs to challenge, but it's being held. And Nico will keep FaZe safe and sound, and 11th on the board.
Yeah, that one got closer than I think many people would have been expecting right there. Brolin doing a huge amount of damage and keeping that magic number of 3. alive here, so...
Of course, the magic number is 3.
Is it? What is that?
Well, just in a Valve game. I mean,
Oh, yeah. That's
always been a touchy subject.
Yeah. Well, right now, FaZe's buy is going to not be the strongest that it possibly could be, but we will see everybody with a rifle at least. And flushes straight out main. Thank God for Rain. And Nico as well going to mop up towards Pomp. This aggressive yard play is going to be stopped in its tracks, and now Fnatic have to maybe look for a new train.
Nice. Flash comes in, as do the frags. Just the first, though. coldzera will be neutralized. Bomb retrieved. The Molotov stops Rain from swinging in for any additional information or fragging. However, Nico, considering taking main control, instead opts for the safer approach, a smoke and a retreat.
With all the map control that Nico has right now, this one seems very, very difficult to lose unless he just misses an absolute sitter of a shot. But if JW goes up Pop here, he's actually going to find himself in the back line.
You'd have to do so silently, and he has. So, ooh, this is a rare exchange. Just slinking away the timing. But unfortunately for him, or rather for Kriaz, Nico can take that bomb and the round just like that, a quick one. I pressed the scope for just a moment before finding the frag, and now JW, he's got nothing to play with. The bomb loose in CT control, and T spawn. Just a question of perhaps catching one here, and Rain will be caught unawares. That's a start. And if the magic number is 3, he's going to struggle to find just that last man to hamper the CT economy. Instead, just looking to keep hold of his own. He'll tuck himself in towards Brown Halls to end. And so 12 then to 9.
So it's simmering, right? It doesn't feel, it's not explosive, there's not like brawls, there's not crazy clutches, it's just kind of simmering along.
Yeah, you know, there's little bubbles in the water,
yeah.
You sprinkle in some salt, but everything else is just kind of, it's doing it itself. See that shot from Nico. Ooh, nice, satisfying.
All right, maybe we'll get something a little bit more explosive right now from Fnatic, because they did try and get out main and pop last round. Nothing really came of it at all, besides 2 quick deaths. This time Brolin will...
They've been doing that a lot. Why do they want that deeper molly? I guess because it
keeps the CT out.
It keeps the CT completely out of pop. They can't play around.
Thing is, it's such a timing scenario right there, and those opening exchanges with the flashes over the wall and the smokes they throw, I guess it's meant to slow the CT down, but...
Cold, that's a big frag. Now the timing from Rain does do some damage, but looking to dip away. Nico on green train, tapping away and finding, ooh, 2 heads. Kriaz does manage to get the trade eventually, but it's all onto Brolin and shut down. It's going to be 13 now to 9.
Nico's really storming away with this at this point. I think he's up to 23 kills to his name now.
Yeah, but I mean, credit where it's due. Brolin, even in the disadvantages, crawling his way to 30 at this point. Star of the show on Inferno. Just 3 rounds away from FaZe taking the high seed.
This is where problems really will start to creep in, because you have a standing right at the T side of a map like Train. I spoke about the issues on CT side, right, rotations, but he was playing more pop heavy, right? He was more close up that. So that's like, you'll take that fight, you either win or you lose. You're not a rotation player. Whereas on the T side, depending on what they want him to do, they might be opting for different styles of strategies, because this Fnatic team, they can be really free-flowing. But if there's a certain smoke or a certain flash that the Crims would have thrown in the past and it's not coming in through now, or maybe he was key on a certain strategy and they just lost that string to their bow, could be problematic. But we've got coldzera and Nico both 20+ kills. Everybody else on FaZe just over 10. Scrappy buy from that of Fnatic. 2 MAC-10s in play once again, and it looks like this time they want to be heading straight towards that inner bomb site very, very quickly. That's where Brokey will have a lot of work to do on the bomb train. All off in the backlines with the AWP to support, but there's no real quick rotation. Maybe it won't be needed.
Good shot.
That's a one-way that's just been thrown. Oh, it's got a massive gap. That was thrown very poorly.
Yeah, and the molly's great. Look at it, just cooking golden. Golden brown. Texture like sun. Not looking particularly bright, though, for Fnatic at this point, and that's going to be a good shot. Just the one, though. Constellation prize, perhaps. They're so battered and bruised by the time they get to this bomb site. What can they do?
Wow.
Golden keeps going. Another shot connects. This time, Rain. His head does roll. Nico deals with it. Has again, catching Brokey, repositioning though. It goes back and forth, and Nico wins it out in the end. 14 now for FaZe, and what does that mean for Fnatic? They invested fully into that one.
Yeah, but now as the max loss bonus starts to swing, they'll probably just be able to continue to buy. I think we'll see similar scenes to what we saw on Overpass, where Fnatic know the situation that they're in. They know that they're just playing for seed right now. They have the stand in. They may as well try and go out with a shebang.
And there's always that offhand chance that whatever they present here, which is, oh, it's oh so Fnatic. They will not be forcing, though, not necessarily, just investing into a light armored pistol. Powerful weapon in the right hands.
They've still thrown the opening smoke, so that might let FaZe think that they are going for a standard round.
Cold, he's going to get really pressured here. That's an M4 in the mix if they can get through Nico. Rotate's coming in, and Rain not quite doing the damage necessary as they do start to worm out just left and right, overwhelming. Olof's dealing with it though. Just JW and Flusher then, and oof, God, that's a good shot. Olof won't let JW get across, and Flusher, well, he's behind enemy lines. They know exactly where he is though. I say that, Nico does get caught off before the trade comes in. Rain arrives, and so does 15. It's match point, game point, and top seed point. 27 frags. And Nico, you said he's edging towards 30. He has one more shot, perhaps, depending on how this round plays out. I'm really excited for this game to end so that I can fully read these patch notes.
Well, I hope everybody at home gets stuck into the update straight away. Just for those who may be watching Counter-Strike tournaments coming up on this weekend, I would hazard a guess that they will not be using the new update. So you won't be seeing competitive Counter-Strike with these new changes probably for at least a week or two on land. We see that Molotov almost make its way down pop again. Flusher will be tagged on down to 48 points of health. Rain will just miss that grenade, and Flusher was backing off anyway. And okay, JW will find Nico through the smoke. That's been the heavy hitter thus far for FaZe Clan. Taken out of the picture early. We're going to need the remainder of his teammates to step on up here if they want to be closing this 15 or 16 to 9 even.
Here it comes. Got a good feeling here. coldzera. Wow. Quick adjustment into Golden and manages to dart away for the repeat. He's going for it. JW will be waiting. And that's another connection. Cold single-handedly clears Ivy. The rest of Fnatic regroup. Gather towards the Brown Horse. Flusher will be the spearhead of this push.
I think Rain will probably end up being on quite a quick flank here if it is the inside push with Olof rotating through connector, and that's going to happen right now. So they're going to have two players posted up towards the inner bomb site to receive this hit. There is enough utility right now. 3 smokes, a bunch of flashes, and 2 Molotovs for Fnatic to be able to find an avenue into the bomb site. But it looks like they're going to be opting to send 2 through high ramp, and old mate Brolin with that SG down lower.
Here we go. Smokes arrive at 29 seconds. I'm not sure Fnatic can respect that smoke. They might have to go. Olof's holding the right spot as well. The utility is going to start coming out now. A shot to connect, and he still gets it. Flusher's gone. This game could be over for Fnatic. Might have to accept the low seed. FaZe secure it. A big win across 3 maps, no less. Resistance still posted, and Fnatic, they have nothing to complain about here. Yes, it's